Welcome. I am Paul Beuhler of Beuhler Fine Art. My gallery is located in San Antonio, Texas, north of downtown, close to the airport. I've been dealing early Texas art since 2006, and Beuhler Fine Art has supported CASETA by purchasing a booth at every annual symposium since 2007. I feel fortunate to reside here in San Antonio, as for a time it was widely considered the art capital of Texas. Jose Arpa, the Onderdonk family, and many other great early Texas artists from the 1920s left their mark through instruction and interpretations of the South Texas landscape on many San Antonio area artists for decades thereafter. Underappreciated paintings by many such artists continue to surface, and coming across a fresh painting is always a pleasure. I would like to show you a few works currently for sale by Beuhler Fine Art. Alice Chilton moved to the San Antonio area in about 1928. Upon her arrival in San Antonio, she and Robert Wood became fast friends, and they often painted together for the next few years. Though Alice painted prior to coming to San Antonio, Robert Wood had an obvious impact on the style and quality of her work. Recently, I was fortunate to meet and visit with some of her relatives and to purchase some paintings and studies retrieved by Alice's brother from her studio. Here are some of those Chilton paintings. Carl Hoppy was a native of San Antonio. As a young artist, his work impressed his then employer, Alexander Joski of Joski's Department Store, so much that he began to support Hoppy's art studies and by paying for his art lessons with Jose Arpa. Hoppy's late 20s work is heavy with Arpa's influence, and while Hoppy developed an impressionistic style of his own, the influence of his teacher remained present in his work for decades. Behind me is an example of Hoppy's work from the early 60s, titled Cactus in Yellows, Helotes, Texas. Arpa's influence remains, but you can begin to see Hoppy developing his own techniques and styles. This particular painting is housed in a frame that is not only made by Hoppy and carved by Hoppy, but painted with an unusual textured paint. Now I would like to take this opportunity to discuss an artist that is not well known yet outside of the San Antonio area. Helen Hunter grew up in and around San Antonio in the 1930s and was active in the art world from an early age. She eventually settled in Pleasanton, a town about 30 minutes south of San Antonio. Her style evolved through the years, from commercial advertising art in the 40s, to abstract art in the 1950s, to Impressionism in the late 60s, to photorealism in the 70s and 1980s. The paintings that are most admired by collectors today are her paintings of blooming cactus. Behind me is a prime example of a blooming cactus painted by Helen Hunter in the 1960s. Thank you to CASETA for continuing to research, archive, advance, and support early Texas art and artists, and for extending me this opportunity to talk briefly about a few of the offerings currently available at Beuhler Fine Art. I am always buying and selling quality art by quality early Texas artists. I hope to visit with many of you soon, and I look forward to exhibiting at the next CASETA Spring Symposium. Adios, and see you later, my friends.